What's going on, folks? Taking a look at Casper cryptocurrency, Casper slash Tether USD. Looks like we're sitting up 2.71% this morning. It's the 23rd of June, heading into July here. Time is flying by. Markets are taking their sweet time here to find a bottom. Got a couple levels on the Casper chart. Want to share them with you guys here on the channel. So starting from the bottom up, we so far are still finding support at that 224 level, which is this blue horizontal line on the chart. So far, Casper bottomed at 223, and we had a level at 224. So good to see. Looks like we're trying to get a pop here through these highs. And so far, so good. So to the upside, perhaps an upper target we have right now is 334 for Casper. That's where we expect the price to get up to and probably find some resistance up in that area. So that would be from where we're at today, roughly a 26% move higher from where we're at today. So if you were able to get into some Casper down in these levels, this 224, very large percentage return when we get up to that 334. So that should happen unless they crush the market once again. We are on a path to get up to that 334, or if not, very close to it. Had another level I wanted to share popped up on the charts, which is this 509 area. Another area that Casper should make its way up to. What will probably play out or something similar is eventually we will make our way up to this 334 level, probably find some resistance, pull back, break back above it, maybe back test, and then start to move higher to that 509. There's a good chance we won't just blast through 334. There's more of a chance that we will trade up to it, find some trouble, some resistance, then break above it, and then start to head up to the 509 area. 509 also correlates with this low over in here, which was, it looks like the 16th of July in 21. Also a very important low for Casper, and now it's going to be probably overhead resistance. So those are three levels to keep on your charts. They have strong importance, especially the 224, and then working our way up. So from our 224 to our 334, basically a 50% or so move higher. And then above that, at some point, we'll get back up to that 509 area. So from the bottom to the 509, let's see if we can measure that. That should be quite the move. So basically 120 or so percent. So I got my eyes on 334 for Casper. At some point, we should head up there, make contact with that level, perhaps pause for a bit, and then next in line will be a break above that, and then heading up to 509. There's also some higher price targets for Casper. If you would like me to share those, let me know in the comments. I can do so, but we have to make it above these levels first before we can see something much higher. Doesn't mean we can't just blast up there. With how oversold these markets are, I'm actually kind of expecting more of that than a slow and steady uptrend. But either way, we'll be fine. Let's take a look real quick at the 3-minute chart. I want to show you how the market reacts at these levels. So if we zoom out on the 3-minute chart, a little tough to see with the white background. So our bottom so far is at that 224. It's actually 223. My level was 224. And look at the perfection that the market touched that area and then got rejected and moved higher. So what do we expect to happen on the upside? Well, the upside would be the opposite. So I'm looking for something along the lines of, we bounced off this level. I would expect the opposite up here. I would expect us to get up to that 334 and bounce back down, finding overhead resistance, at least for the short term. And then obviously I want to see a break above that, moving up to the 509 level. So that's pretty much what I am looking for Casper. 224, 334, 509. And then we obviously have much higher targets for Casper. Like I said, let me know. I will calculate them for you. And they are up in this area. Don't expect us to break up there in a day or two. But like I said, markets are oversold. So we could see some strong candles like this come in. But we're going to have to see a lot of buying power show up in Bitcoin. That's my thoughts on Casper. Like I said, got to have some patience. Let this thing play out. This project's doing a lot. And they should be around for a while as it gets built out. And in my opinion, of course, we are at extremely, extremely low prices right in this area. So my opinion is this is a great, great deal. Of course, doesn't mean it's not going to go lower. I think over the long term, this will pay off very, very well. So that's kind of my thoughts on Casper. Let me know if you want some higher price targets. But right now, my lowest target is at that 224 for the downside. And we bounced so far off of that. Nice. And we should continue up here to get to that next level. So, all right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Casper video. We're hanging in there, letting the market do what the market does. Stock market sentiment is looking basically unbelievable. We've basically been in since March, not March. Let's see here. It's basically been about 2 months now where we've been extremely oversold in the market, and sentiment hasn't been so oversold in a very long time. Usually we'll get, like back in 2020, the market rallied and then we basically sold off, V-bottomed. Sentiment was unbelievable down in here, and then we rallied ever since. A little bit more of a slow ride in the markets now. Basically a slow and steady downtrend, pretty normal actually. And so sentiment has been building for a while now, and it's even more oversold and more bearish this week than it has been this whole move down. And also we have more bearish sentiment right now than we did in the C19 market sell-off. And you remember how that rallied for a long time. So although this isn't a quick, sharp V bottom, our sentiment is in better condition. So we should see higher prices coming for the market. And I do think that's going to carry over into crypto and Bitcoin. So, all right, guys, I will catch you in the next video. Take care.